Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and if you're not into wrestling, this has nothing to do with anything else that's on the channel. This is just my Wrestlemania 35 predictions, so if you're not interested, just go away, that's fine. I'm just going to go through the whole card here and explain who I think is going to win every single match, because I just want to have it on record, what my official predictions are, and you guys can, and let's see how correct I am. So, Raw Tag Team Champions, The Revival versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. This was a pretty much last-minute match that was set up. I was a big Zack Ryder fan back in the day. You know, woo, 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 you know it. Used to actually listen to his theme song in the car and whatnot. In fact, I sometimes say it when this is going to sound weird, but sometimes, even today, I'll like say it before I turn on the radio, hoping to get something good. You know, oh, radio, tell me everything you know. Doesn't always work because as a different song goes, every now and then I turn it on again, but it's plain to see that the radio still sucks. Anyway, I'm completely off track here. I think that Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are going to pick this one up. Kurt Hawkins has a losing streak. Zack Ryder is somebody people can always get behind. They want to give a good feel-good moment. The Revival have been bitching and complaining about being in the WWE. They're probably going to get out of here ASAP. Don't blame them. So this is going to be a babyface trap. In fact, let me get a piece of paper here because I've got a very strong babyface card booked here. So I'm actually gonna I'm gonna do this right now. I got a little piece of paper here, and I'm gonna keep track of how many babyfaces versus how many heels I have winning at WrestleMania 35. Okay, Alexa Bliss is hosting. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. All right, WWE Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. A lot of people think that Tony Nese is finally going to be the one who picks this one up. I actually think it's going to be Buddy Murphy. Even though he's an illegal contestant, according to WWE's own logic, he's supposed to be, I think he's like, what, 230? It's called 205 Live. He needs to cut weight or to be stripped of the belt. Anyway, so Buddy Murphy's going to pick this one up, who's a, and he's a heel. People forget, but he is a heel, so the heels are going to win that one. He's going to retain. He's going to keep this going. They're basically doing with him what I think they had meant to do with Neville a while back. So, next up is the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. For this one, it's kind of tough to say because they could have Asuka win it to sort of give a feel-good moment, but, as like a sorry, we had to strip you of the belt for the main event. But I don't actually think that's going to happen. But I don't actually have a prediction, and it really does not matter. So my prediction is merely not Asuka. So we'll just chalk that one up for heels. All right, then there's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. I think that actually, no, not Braun Strowman. Okay, a lot of people think it's going to be Braun Strowman, but last I checked, and right now it's about the middle of the day on Friday. Hold on a sec. So sorry, I got distracted by something that was in the office, but it's my understanding that only 29 people in the Battle Royale have been announced. I know a lot of people think it's going to be Braun Strowman, but I think it's going to be whoever that 30th person is who picks it up instead of Braun. But the Battle Royales don't even friggin' matter. So, SmackDown Tag Team Championships, Usos versus... Okay, we got the Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister Black, a.k.a. two black guys, versus The Bar, versus Nakasefu Mura. I haven't thought of a funny name for these guys yet. But I think the Usos are still going to walk away with... Pardon me, no, they're not. Two black guys is going to pick this one up here. They're also going to lose on TakeOver. So this one, I guess, yeah, it's going to the babyface. It's just going to be a sort of a tweener to babyface. Actually, I'd say the Usos are... They're pretty full-blown babyface now, especially after what happened during that tag team gauntlet match. That was an awesome moment, by the way. I don't care what anyone says. That was actually a moment that was steeped in years of canon. That was one of the most consistent things I've ever seen the WWE book. That was a good call. All right, next up we have the Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin. Kurt Angle's farewell match. I just don't want Kurt Angle to die, especially if you've been seeing, like, if you go back and look at that match he had the other Monday against Samoa Joe, it's fucking heartbreaking. He's just so broken down. Just want him to get through this okay. This match needs to be 1 minute long, if that. Now, I've been hearing rumors that somebody else is going to come out, probably John Cena. Again, as of the time of this recording, I have not seen anything other than unfounded rumors online. That John Cena is going to come in after a quick match against where Angle just beats up Corbin and taps him out in like 10 seconds. But I think that Angle is just too busted up to do that anymore. So as sad as it is, we're not, sorry, Kurt Angle's last great match, we're not going to be able to look forward to it. But I got Angle winning this, even though you really should go out on your back as a general rule. But they're gonna say, oh look, we had Corbin tap out at WrestleMania. It makes up for all the other shit. So Demon Balor versus Bobby Lashley, just two guys who really don't even friggin' matter. Balor's gonna pick this one up. The Demon's never been pinned, even when he lost the NXT Championship. That was not a pinfall, at least as far as I remember. Yeah, that was on a house show that he lost the belt. So Demon Balor is going to win it, and then, I don't know, we'll have to see what the title picture looks like afterwards. Okay, Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. It's my understanding that this has actually been going to be pulled because Rey Mysterio got hurt. And but if this does happen, a lot of people think Joe's going to retain. But I don't see any reason why they wouldn't continue to just humiliate him and have him just get lost by roll-up. I guess that's their way of saying that he's way too fat. So I am going to... it's actually kind of a trickier one. Actually, I am going to say Samoa Joe wins, and then Rey will pick it up later, if this match happens at all. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. They've, I think, had one singles match before in the past. It was pretty cool, because AJ just completely juked Orton on the RKO. But I think Orton's going to get this. I'm pretty sure that they have come up with some sort of spectacular RKO spot, and that's the whole reason this match has been made. So I've got Orton winning this, which is technically a win for the heels. I've also been hearing rumors that AJ is going to go to Raw, and he's going to challenge Seth for the belt, which is a match we've all been anticipating for a long time, AJ versus Seth. But I still think AJ will lose. Okay, because it wouldn't be the first time he lost at WrestleMania, and then it goes immediately into a world title picture. So, WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, Bayley. Okay, we got the Boston Hug Connection versus Beth Phoenix and Natalia, which I think their old team name used to be the Glamazons, versus the Iconics, versus Nia Jax and Tamina. This is a little bit of a trickier one. It's their new belts, so you kind of want to hold on to some prestige for them. You know, have that first reign be kind of a decent one. The Iconics, though, never do shit, and arguably they are the strongest tag team of the four here in the sense of being an established tag team. Like, that is their entire gimmick. Like, Bayley and Sasha, they can have single careers on their own. These two are inexorably linked with one another. You know, you could have Beth Phoenix pick it up as a feel-good moment. Although, you know, on the other hand, fuck, when does Natalia ever get to touch gold? And then there is the Nepotism sisters over here, or daughters, as may be the case. Anyway, so it's kind of anybody's game here. It's a really tricky call, but for me, I'm going to say that Sasha Banks and Bayley are going to hold on to it. Because, as I've said before, or as I said in the NXT review or predictions, one of the safest things for a champion in WWE to be in is a fatal four-way. Of course, when ladders get involved, then it gets trickier. It also is harder if you're a face, but you're usually very safe in a fatal four-way. Next up, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. This would seem to be an obvious Drew McIntyre win, except for, of course, Roman Reigns just came off of fighting cancer. So unless Drew McIntyre comes out with the name Drew-Kemia to get maximum heat, I don't think that he's going to pick this one up. So Roman Reigns is going to win here. Probably is not going to be a super long match. Okay, Shane McMahon versus The Miz. You know what? I don't care what anybody says. I think The Miz has been looking good in this match. A lot of people were talking shit. I think this has been a good babyface turn for him. It's just so weird that Shane McMahon is apparently this big fucking tough guy. Like, I guess he's a stunt man. I guess that makes him tough, all the stuff he jumps off of. But it's a Falls Count Anywhere match. I wonder if they're going to have it go all night like an old school hardcore championship match. I don't know. But the way I figure it, Miz has 100% got to win this one. It's one of the easier calls, if you ask me. Triple H versus Batista. Triple H is going to get it. He put his career on the line. Batista's got to go back to doing movies. Triple H is signed for several more years. You know, he's the friggin' son-in-law. He's a member of the company. It's Triple H all the way. Okay, Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. If it was up to me, this would open the show. I'm not even kidding. I'm so sick of Brock Lesnar. He's boring as shit. And every single, and I hate how the internet just gets on every single one of his matches against small guys like Finn Balor or AJ Styles, and they go, "Whoa, this was like an actually good Brock Lesnar match." It's like, but they're all the same friggin' match. It's all the same match, and if you want to see Brock Lesnar have a good match against a small guy, it happened 15 years ago when he fought Eddie Guerrero for the belt. And everybody else has just been cheap imitations ever since. I want this to open the match because I want this to open the night because I actually took a hiatus from WWE last year when Brock didn't beat Roman, and I said, I'm sick of this shit. I just can't do this anymore. I'm so fucking sick of Brock Lesnar as champ because he's not around. So it's like Raw doesn't have a champ. Anyway, so what I think is going to happen here, I think it's actually more likely that Brock is going to win here. It just kind of depends on if they're going to do a shakeup after WrestleMania. But I want this to open the night because if Seth wins, we can get a feel-good moment. We can just all move on with our lives. And if Brock wins, let's just get the bullshit out of the way quick. So sorry, Seth. I know you won the Royal Rumble, but it wouldn't be the first time that a world title in the WWE has opened the show. But that would just be me. Anyway, my official prediction is actually Brock Lesnar is going to win. The Beast is going to win, and I know I've been hearing it today about, oh, he's going back to MMA, he's going back to MMA. I've been hearing that for a year and a half. Every major event is, oh, he's got to get back in the pool, he's got to start getting training. Look, let me say something. Brock knows he can't beat Daniel Cormier. He's not going to beat him. He's too out of shape, he's too old, he's not going to be able to handle him. And so that's a side prediction. If Brock and Daniel Cormier ever fight, Daniel Cormier is going to pick it up. And so Brock's going to retain for now because he likes the easy money. So he's going to re-sign. Okay, WWE Championship match. The new... I forgot that's his name now. The new Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. So I've actually been a big component of Daniel Bryan... Proponent, I should say, for Daniel Bryan winning this match for a while. But I think with the... And it would be cool if Kofi won. I understand that because it'd be the first black WWE champion. And that's a neat moment. But Daniel Bryan is on one hell of a heel run. I could definitely see them giving this to Kofi though, because there was too many gauntlet matches. There was too many gauntlet matches. The fans had to go through too much shit to get there, and they're gonna feel like WWE is hurting them if Kofi doesn't win it at WrestleMania. I'm not saying he can't win it in the future, but I actually think it would be better long-term booking for Daniel Bryan to win at WrestleMania via Luke Harper coming back, and I know that he's good to go now. I've seen video footage. He's ready to go. Unless I'm getting worked, because everything in wrestling's a work. But so I think this is going to be weird, but I'm going to predict a Daniel Bryan win. So this is actually... Or, no, pardon me. I'm mixing myself up again. But I'm predicting a Kofi win. I don't think that's the right call, though. I think Daniel Bryan should win via Luke Harper interference. And you know, that could lead to just get another match at the next pay-per-view. It's not like Kofi's not going to still be in line. By the way, poor Mustafa Ali. I'm pretty sure Mustafa Ali was supposed to be in this spot, but he's young. He'll get there. And then finally, the main event. This was, by the way, instantly the completely right call. Raw's Women's Champion Ronda Rousey versus SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. Winner take all. It's my understanding that it is going to be whoever gets the pin gets both belts. It's not going to be something like, okay, if Ronda pins Charlotte, then Ronda gets her belt. If Charlotte pins Ronda, she gets her belt. If one of them beats Becky, nothing happens, or whatever. It's going to be whoever wins it is walking out with two. But they will not, let me repeat it, it's my understanding they are not unifying, so that person will then carry around two physical belts, but they are not going to be a unified belt, and they'll probably split it up, or they'll say to Becky, like, you got to pick Raw or SmackDown. Incidentally, just gave it away. That's my prediction. Becky Lynch has got to get it. She's way too hot right now. And instantly, this was 100% the right call for this to be the main event. This story has been going on between the three of them since Survivor Series, and really, you can go back further with like Becky's character arc. Like her current character arc is going back to like last year's WrestleMania, practically, with like clean wins over Charlotte, building on that story that Charlotte can never beat Becky clean. You know, and that's like I'd have to make its own video, just me going on about like how this feud, as convoluted it has been, this is 100% the right call to be in the main event. And you know, I think they're all going to perform. It's going to deliver. It's going to probably be the best match of the night. I'm hoping it's the best match of the night because the main event, it should be. and I'm hoping Becky gets the win, 100% clean. In fact, I'm saying 100% a lot, but Becky is going to tap out Ronda, even though Ronda's got thin skin. I'm sure she'll get over it. Or you know what? Actually, don't scratch that. Wait, because I've been like changing my predictions in my head so much. No, my bad. It's gonna be Becky tapping out Charlotte. That way they get the belt off of Ronda, and they can plausibly, and Ronda can say, well, I was never beaten. Especially with how Ronda's been throwing a shit fit and breaking the fourth wall online on social media. I don't think that she's going to want to top out for Becky. So, yeah, Becky taps out Charlotte, and then I think Ronda's supposed to take some time off, either this month, starting this month or next month. So maybe there'll be a rematch or something. But Becky has got to walk out of this double champ. We need to send the people home happy for once. All right. And that's my prediction. Oh, that was a lot longer than a TakeOver episode. So, okay, I think by my count, I have it 10 to 16. Baby faces versus, pardon me, 10 to 6. Baby faces versus heels, unless I forgot to mark something here. So it's going to be a pretty big night for baby faces, according to my predictions. Although, remember, some of these predictions are things that I think are going to happen, but not necessarily what I want to happen. So, for example, like I said, I think Kofi's going to pick this up, but I think Daniel Bryan should win. Incidentally, I just want to say, I always thought the first Black WWE champion was going to be Big E Langston. And when he started hanging around with New Day, I've said this for years, Big E died so Kofi could live, meaning that like he could extend his career in relevancy. So like it's elevated Kofi and it's brought down Big E. So I don't know if Big E is ever going to be able to recover from it and be a WWE champion. Hopefully he can, but I think he's just too much of a comedy guy now, in that sense that he now has a job for life, but he's never going to be a main event player now. But we'll see what happens. You never know. Those are my predictions. Bye.